Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nick Sandy, if you do not already know me. Today we're back down here at the local Pizza skate park, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do the kickless rewind on a scooter. A lot of you guys want to see this video, so I'm here today to do it for you. I'm going to break it down into some steps, try and make it as easy to understand as possible, and hopefully by the end of the video you can either 1, learn how to do the actual kickless, 2, get closer to actually landing the kickless, or 3, just learn some tips on what to do to learn how to kickless when you are ready to do it. So let's get straight into the video. If you do end up enjoying it, leave a like, subscribe to my channel. Let's get into the first step. Alrighty, so first things first, we've got to know what a kickless rewind is. A kickless rewind is basically a heel rewind or a whip to heel without the kick. It says it in the name, a kickless. It's a heel rewind without the kick. So basically, do the heel rewind, but you're not kicking it. You're bringing it back with your arms and wrists. Basically, that's what a kickless is. So I would suggest you learning how to do a heel rewind or whip to heel, whichever way you kickless. Say you kickless to your heel side, learn how to heel rewind really good. You kickless to your whip side, learn how to whip to heel really well. And that'll help you with learning how to do the kickless. So that's what a kickless is. Now let's get into the first step, which is actually knowing what the motion is and how to do the motion. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so before I get into step number 1, sorry if there's any wind noise. I don't have a dead cat on my bike, so it doesn't block out any of the wind. So you are going to hear a bit of wind noise. Sorry about that. Just try and ignore it. So step number 1, probably the most important step of learning how to do a kickless, is actually the motion of the kickless. You can't do a kickless without knowing how to do a kickless. So I'm here to tell you about how to do the kickless motion. So a lot of people get it wrong. A lot of people use their arms too much and not enough of their wrists. It's my majority wrists and a little bit of arms. So a lot of people do this and really get their arms out there when that's not what you do. It's more using your wrists with a little bit of your arms. So how do you do the kickless motion? I'm here to tell you that. So whether you kickless to your heel side like me or you kickless to your whip side, it doesn't really matter. Same concept applies. So what you want to do is do a heel whip, and then when it comes all the way around, you want to do a hip whip back. What this will do is get you used to not kicking it back like a heel rewind. We'll get you used to just using your hands and arms to bring it back. So just practice that, whether you do a whip side or a heel side, doesn't really matter, same concept applies. And then what you want to do is try and stop it before it gets to all the way around and do the hip whip. Try and stop it maybe 3/4 of the way around and do like a kind of a hip whip. And then what you want to do is stop using your arms so much, more use your wrist. So you want to flick it. So it's kind of like it's hard to explain, but it's more like just using your wrist to stop it and bring it back. So you bring it up, stop it, then bring it back. Bring it up, stop it, then bring it back. So as you can see, I can actually wait for wind. So as you can see, I can actually flick it and stop it and then bring it back. And that means I'm using my wrist enough. Whereas if I use my arms, it's just going to keep spinning. So you know when you're using your wrist enough, when you can kind of flick it, stop it, and then bring it back, that's good. That's what you want. Same with like off air kickless, I'm not the best at it, but you use your wrist, stop it, and bring it back. Same concept applies. So that's basically the kickless motion. You've got to practice this over and over again at your house, at the front of your house, in your backyard. Practice the kickless motion. Practice it both ways. Go one to the other. What they'll do is help you learn both sides. So when it comes to kicklesses, you can get them a lot better and easier. So once again, flick it with your heel side or whip side. Use your wrist to stop it and bring it back. You do turn your bars a little bit. It's like maybe a 90-degree turn at max. And what that'll do is help you stop the kickless and bring it back. So yeah, once you've mastered the motion of the kickless, you can then move on to executing it on the ramp, which is the next step. So let's hop straight into it, eh? Alrighty guys, so step number 2 of doing the kickless is actually the execution of the kickless, like doing the kickless in the air, finding the right ramp, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be executing the kickless on this beautiful hip just here at Pizzy. You can do it out of a fly out, over a hip, over a spine. It's whatever suits you best, that's where you can do it. So what you want to do is come up with a decent amount of speed, not too fast, not too slow, just a good amount of speed where you can execute the kickless properly. And when you come to the ramp, the face of the ramp, you just want to do a normal jump. Just a normal jump out of the ramp. Nothing changes from that. When you get into the air, that's when you flick the kickless. You don't want to flick it before you jump out of the ramp, you want to flick it like as you're coming out. So as you come out of the ramp, just do exactly what you've done flat in the motion. You just want to flick it, use your wrists, and basically it should come around pretty normal. Might take a couple of attempts to get the motion properly, but after you do get the motion, it will come around a lot better and you'll be able to land it quicker. So come up with a decent amount of speed, up the ramp, jump into the air, use your wrists, flick it, bring it back, whether you do it whip side or heel side, use your wrists. That's all it is. Wrists is a tiny bit of arms. That's it. You shouldn't be doing these big haymaker kicklesses with your arms. You're not gonna land it. It's gonna be harder, you can land it, but it's not gonna be easy to land. So you wanna use your wrists, so come up with a decent amount of speed, jump up into the air, flick it, use your wrists, bring it back as quick as you can. The quicker you bring it back, the better. If you can catch it, even better. And once you catch it, you stop your landing, right away, nice and clean. Basically, that's the Kickless. It's not too hard when you think about it. It's just learning the motion of the Kickless is probably the hardest part, and then executing it's probably one of the easiest parts. So once you learn the motion flat and you can do it pretty consistently, and then you take it to the ramp, it's going to be a bit tricky at first. It's going to feel weird, but once you do it a couple of times, it'll start to feel normal, and you'll be able to do it really easy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a couple of Kicklesses over the hip. I'm going to do Kicklesses air, show you different places you can do them, and then I'm going to start doing some Kickless combos, show you what you can add to a Kickless once you get better at them. So let's go do that right now and show you some Kicklesses. Alrighty guys, so there are some Kicklesses air over a hip and over a small little hump. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some combos you can add to Kicklesses after you've learned them really good. And yeah, so let's get into it. First combo is going to be a Kickless over the baby hip. Let's get it. Once you get really good at them, you can even do them flat. Alrighty guys, and just like that, that is going to conclude it for today's video. If you did end up enjoying and learning something about the Kickless, whether that be a part of the Kickless that you're doing wrong, or even if you learned your first ever Kickless from this video, make sure you go down and leave a like on this video. Comment what tricks you want me to do next. I can teach any tricks to you guys, so leave a comment down below what you want to learn, and I'll get onto that. As always guys, if you did end up enjoying this video, please go down and leave a like, subscribe to my channel, it does help a lot. And as always guys, peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys are awesome, and continue riding scooters and shredding. See you later guys.